Hey YouTube, this is Alexander, and it's finally here. After some delays, my setup tour is finally available. Now before we get into it, I do want to say a couple things. First, I want to let you all know that I will have as much stuff that I talk about linked down below as I can, so make sure to check out the description before you ask about something. Second, I'll have links to any videos of related things also down below, so if you want to know more info about a particular item, I might have done a video on it. And lastly, I just want to say thanks to everybody who supported me. Anyway, now we can get started. So the first thing I'd like to mention is this desk, which is from IKEA. So the tabletop is a Linmon table, which I think looks pretty nice and is held up quite well. For the legs, I decided to go with some Alex drawers, which allow them to double up as storage. So on the right side, I've got my laptop, which is the Dell XPS 15, the 2016 model, some hard drives and camera batteries, product boxes, school books, and paper. Now on the left, I've got some phones, cases and cables, chargers, a battery, and further down my camera gear. Anyway though, getting back to the top of the table, I've got this Alex monitor stand, which houses some phones and tablets. To the left of the desk, I've got my trusty Eevee, which was a gift to me and makes a cameo appearance in some of my videos. And I've also got this Aoki desk lamp, which is operated by touch, which really helps to add some color to the setup. To the right side, I've got this atomic light, which is one of my favorite pieces of this desk. It's not very bright and doesn't change colors, but it's battery operated, which is good if you're all out of outlets like I am. It really just gives off a little ambient lighting and looks nice when it's in the background getting blurred out for a bokeh-licious shot. Now hiding further to the right side are these frosted remote controlled RGB candles, which look really cool, especially in videos. These are also battery operated, which is super convenient, and they have a few different color presets to choose from, as well as a 4 or 8 hour timer mode to automatically turn off. Speaking of lights, I've got a LifeX Z strip on the back of my desk, which has been miles better than the old $20 strip I had back there prior. I can turn it on and off with my phone, set schedules, themes, and change the colors all with the click of a button. Getting back to the center of my desk though is my monitor, which I've had for over a year now, and it's done really well. It's the Acer G257HU, a 2560 by 1440p monitor, which was priced pretty competitively compared to some of the others that I had looked at. I'd still recommend this monitor for anyone who wants something a bit sharper than 1080p, but doesn't want to spend an outrageous amount of money. And flanking the monitor are some inexpensive Logitech speakers. These are the Z310s, I believe. They're not anything to write home about, but they've served me well for the 2 years I've had them. Oh, and I can't forget about my keyboard and mouse. So the keyboard is the Poker 3, a mechanical keyboard which is really nice to type on and sounds so beautiful, but it might not be for everyone given how loud the click of the keys are, but that's sort of half of the reason why you buy a mechanical keyboard in the first place. Now accompanying my Poker 3 is the Microsoft Designer Bluetooth mouse, which might be uncomfortable for those with larger hands, but for someone like me, it's great to use and also looks pretty minimal. It's also not very expensive at all. Now the brains of the computer is a Dell Inspiron 3847, which I got 3 or 4 years ago. It came with an i5 4440 clocked at 3.10 GHz, 8 GB of RAM, a 1 TB hard drive, and integrated graphics, but I've since beefed it up a bit. I've installed 16 GB of RAM, a Samsung A50 EVO 500 GB SSD, and an NVIDIA GTX 750 Ti SC, and that's been plenty to edit photos, videos, and play some GTA 5 on pretty good settings. Oh, and for cable management, I've got this wire rack from IKEA and some zipping tubes for the extra cables. It's not perfect, but it's much better than the last setup tour. Oh, and the chair is a pretty basic chair from Office Depot, I believe. I'll try to have that link down below. Now for this setup tour, I thought I'd move a little bit beyond the desk, since there is stuff that you do see in the videos, but that's not necessarily part of my desk setup. So off to the right side, I've got a couple bookshelves, which I use to store stuff, but also add some lighting. Here on the first one is a Philips Hue Go, or what I like to call it, just Hue Go. It's a pretty cool battery operated light that adds some flair to the videos, but without a bridge, there's only so much I can do with it. It's the only Philips product I have, so getting the bridge isn't really worth it, nor would I have the space needed, but I can still cycle through a few different colors with the button on the back. It's also got a relatively small 4-hour battery life before it needs to be charged up again, which is a little bit of a bummer, but the flip side is that you can leave it plugged in while it's in use if you've got an outlet nearby. It's definitely a polarizing piece of my setup for me, but it does improve the videos quite a bit. Now just under that is the third frosted RGB candle from the set that I mentioned earlier, and over to the right of all that is where my marquee letters sit along with some more electronic candles. Now these aren't RGB nor remote controlled, but they still add a nice look to the videos. The marquee letters are from Target, and I've really grown to like these, and they're pretty essential to my videos now, providing a beautiful look when they're blurred out. Now underneath those are some more candles which were a gift to me, but I'll try to find something similar online. They're also battery operated and have a 4-hour timer, so they'll automatically shut off if you fall asleep or something like that. You'll also notice my Elago M2 phone stand, which I use all the time, my subscribe pillow from Throwboy, and my Android figurines. I've also got my Blue Yeti USB mic, the Blackout Edition, right beside my desk for my voiceovers. Now taking a look on the other side of my desk area is a dresser, which is where my Daydream View headset lives, as well as my IKEA plant and my Pixel XL case from Bear Motion. Inside the lamp is another LifeX product, the color bulb. Just as with the strip, I can control it from my phone and set it to a bunch of different color options and schedules and whatnot. And last but not least is my ceiling fan, where I've got 3 white LifeX bulbs. As you can tell, I went all out with LifeX since I don't really have enough room for a bridge for Philips Hue. But that's pretty much it. That's my setup, finally complete with all the lighting I want for the look I wanted to achieve. I hope you all enjoyed it, and remember, product and video links will be down below in the description. If you've got a cool setup though, tweet me a picture. I'd love to check it out. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.